Well, we're back here on the sideline crowd. Skylar Timmons here calling balls and strikes for you as the Rockies open up a road trip here in Miami at Marlins Park. The last place Rockies taking on the first place Miami Marlins. Rockies lost yesterday's series finale against the Giants 4-3 in extra innings, and then had to hop on a plane and come here to Marlins Park to take on the Marlins, who been on to a hot start to the season, as the Rockies will face Jose Urena, who's making his 9th start. He's 4-3 with 3.02 ERA, 46 hits allowed, 115 whip, 34 strikeouts to 9 walks. So the Rockies will look to bounce back after a heartbreaking loss yesterday against the Giants, as they look to get on this right foot here. As David Dahl leads things off, Dahl with a 294 average on the road. He's got hitting 255 on the year. And here comes the first pitch from Urena. This is inside, ball 1. Like I said, the Marlins look like they're second in the NL East as of today. 23-21. So they're probably a half game back after today. Here's the 1-0 to Dahl. Misses outside, 2-0. Beautiful day here, 67 degrees, partly cloudy. Winds blowing slightly in from center field. It's 2-0 on David Dahl. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Grounded to second. He's got it, throws on to first. And we're underway here as David Dahl grounds out. Let's take a look here at the Rockies starting lineup. Pretty typical of what we saw last time. David Dahl leads things off, then Sam Hilliard, the left fielder. Nolan Arenado bats third with Charlie Blackmon batting cleanup, followed by Trevor Story, then Daniel Murphy, Ryan McMahon, Tony Walters, and then Ryan Castellani. So Sam Hilliard, who's hitting .352 on the year with 4 homers. Here's the first pitch from Urena. Misses high, ball 1. Well, the Marlins have kind of developed themselves a little bit in kind of the midst of their rebuild and everything. Pitch misses low, 2-0. Hilliard went 2 for 6 in yesterday's game against the Giants with a double. Just the 2-0 delivery, and that misses low, ball 3 to Hilliard. We get the chance here. I'll kind of give the lowdown of yesterday's game. Here's the 3-0 delivery to Hilliard. Catches the inside corner. It's 3-1, 97 on that fastball. It's 3-1 to the Rockies' young left fielder. The 3-1 delivery. Swinging fly out to center field. And he's there to make the catch. And there's 2 away now. Was ahead of 3-0, but then gets him to fly out on the 3-1 pitch. Matt Joyce makes the catch there. Bring up the Rockies' third baseman, Nolan Arenado. Arenado's average has dipped under 300. For his last 4 games, he's 3 for 17. So he's been in a bit of a slump as of late. And as we always know with Arenado, you can always turn things around in a hurry. Here's the first pitch to Arenado. Check swing, but it's called on the inside corner. It's 0-1. In his career against Urena, he's 4 for 16 with a couple of homers. As he kicks and deals the 0-1, misses high with that fastball, 1-1. Urena hasn't had much control here in the first inning. That one's line foul. Got a good piece of it, but that'll run foul. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Arenado. Big swing and a miss there. Got him with the slider. And that'll do it here in the Rockies' first. They go down 1-2-3. Way to the bottom of the inning. Top of the order due up for the Marlins as we get the first look. Well, Ryan Castellani making his 5th start of the year. He's 1-2 with an 8.50 ERA in 18 innings of work. 30 hits allowed, 16 strikeouts and 10 walks for a 2.22 ERA or 2.22 WHIP. So Castellani's still trying to find his footing here in the big leagues, as he'll face Jonathan Villar. He's in the 8-game hitting streak. So here's the first pitch to Villar. Catches the zone there. It's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Villar. Misses high. Ball 1. Well, Jonathan Villar, he's played for the Astros, the Brewers, and then last season was with the Orioles, where he was perhaps the best Orioles batter for most of the year. Comes the 1-1. That one's fouled away. Surprised everybody. I had him on my fantasy team for a while, and he was putting up some points. Seems like every other day he was hitting a home run. Here's the 1-2 to Villar. Soft liner into right field. That'll get through for a base hit, and so the leadoff man's aboard here for the Marlins to start off their half of the first. Seen that a lot. Get to Castellani. Pitch inside. Villar, who's a several-year veteran, just turns on it. I'll bring up Miguel Rojas, hitting .273 on the year. Here's the first pitch to Rojas. Misses outside, ball 1. It's interesting to see how the Marlins have constructed themselves past couple years after a couple seasons ago where they traded off pretty much their whole outfield. And Giancarlo Stanton and Marcell Ozuna and Christian Yelich. Ozuna now with the Atlanta Braves. Yelich obviously with the Brewers still, and Stanton with the Yankees. And here's the 2-0 to Rojas. Misses outside, 3-0. Corey Dickerson, the former Rocky, waits on deck. But the Marlins went and got a few veteran pieces during the offseason. They've really stockpiled some good prospects for themselves. 3-0 catches the zone. Still interesting to see what this team can turn out in the next couple of years. A lot of that young talent still coming up. As Derek Jeter and the rest of the team try to put together a winner. Here's the 3-1. Swinging at the changeup inside. That'll run the count full. Castellani comes set. Villar waits at first. The 3-2. This one's popped up. Shallow center field. In comes Dahl. He'll make the catch. And there's one away here for the Marlins. We'll get a look here at the Marlins starting lineup here. Now batting Corey Dickerson. After him, the cleanup hitter Garrett Cooper, followed by Brian Anderson, then Harold Ramirez in right. Matt Joyce out in center, and then Jorge Alfaro behind the plate with Jose Urena doing the pitching today for the Marlins. Corey Dickerson, the former Colorado Rocky. Throw over to first. Villar's back easily. Corey Dickerson signed, I want to say, a 3-year deal, 2 or 3 year deal with the Marlins during the offseason. That was kind of their biggest acquisition. Runner takes out for second. The pitch out. Throw down. And not in time. Villar is in there safely. For some reason, this game goes into the slow-mo, so had to wait there for the call. Just gets in front of the tag. Gets in ahead of the tag. Went feet first. You don't see that too often anymore. Now there's a runner on second with one away, and 1-0 on Dickerson. This one's flared out into left. Hilliard's there to make the catch. And there's 2 away. So 2 away now. I'll bring up Garrett Cooper, the Marlins' first baseman. He's hitting .403 on the season, 7 homers, 26 RBIs. Leads the league in on-base percentage, the .473. And that pitch misses inside, ball one. He was the player of the month for April. We're on a tear when you're hitting .403 after a month of play. Here's the 1-0 to Cooper. Runner takes off. Throw down to third. And they got him. So Wolters cuts down VR trying to steal third. And that'll be the third out of the inning. We head to the top of the second. No score. Heart of the order due up for the Rockies here at Marlins Park. So Charlie Blackmon will step it into the box now. Hitting .354 on the year. He's still fourth in the National League. 8 homers, 26 RBIs. Still the best hitter that the Rockies have so far. First pitch to Blackmon. Down Main Street with that fastball, 0-1. Blackmon yesterday with a couple of singles. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Gets a good piece of that, but hooks it foul. And it's 0-2. The 0-2 delivery from Urania. Misses high, 1-2. Does mention the Rockies lost the series finale against the Giants yesterday on our off day with a 4-3 win in extra innings. Scott Oberg takes the loss by giving up a run in the top of the 11th. Slow roller to third. Throws over to first, and they get the out. Kind of a cue ball shot into the shift. Almost said shortstop, but it's a right at Brian Anderson. Here's how the Marlins line up defensively from left to right in the outfield. Corey Dickerson, Matt Joyce, Harold Ramirez, and in the infield, Brian Anderson, Miguel Rojas, Jonathan Villar, and Garrett Cooper with Jorge Alfaro behind the plate. Marlins 15th in the National League in fielding percentage, .984. Kind of comes from the inexperience. Still, they're not a very clean team defensively. I'm bringing up Trevor Story, who swings at strike one. Story hitting .205. Still kind of in a odd area of hitting. I want to run way to the backstop. It's 1-1. Story does have 8 doubles on the year. A lot of his success has been coming via the extra base hit. See those 7 home runs. 1-1 lined into center field. That's a base hit. Rockies got their first hit here with 1 out in the second. And there's speed now on the bases for Daniel Murphy. First baseman for the Rockies. Murphy's kind of upped his average to .248. So he's kind of hitting middle of the pack. First pitch, swinging, went with the slide step. Fouls that fastball around the letters away. It's 0-1. Murphy with the day off yesterday. Didn't mention it, but Story was 1 for 6 in yesterday's game. 0-1. Tapper to second. We'll go take the easy route to first. And there's 2 away. Story with a good lead there. Gets a good jump off the bat. The only play VR had was to throw it over to first. So we'll put a runner at second for Ryan McMahon. McMahon, .248 average, 6 homers, 19 RBIs. McMahon with a pair of homers in yesterday's game. Here's the first pitch to McMahon. Misses outside, ball 1. Responsible for 2 of the Rockies' 3 runs. A couple of solo shots. Here's the 1-0. That one's fouled away. It's 1-1. Kyle Freeland went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on 8 hits. And then the Rockies pitching put up zeros. This is lined into center. Joyce makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So the Rockies get a hit, but they strand the man at second. Way to the bottom of the second. 4, 5, and 6 due up. Garrett Cooper still at the plate when Jonathan Villar was thrown out at third to end the first. So he'll reset here and lead off the bottom of the second. And here's the first pitch to Cooper. Called strike there. It's 0-1. But the Rockies pitching staff put up zeros until the 11th when Scott Oberg gave up 3 hits. and a run. And then the Rockies weren't able to rally in the bottom of the inning. It's 0-2 on Cooper now. Just misses inside with that fastball. Trying to nibble there. Paint the black. And it's 1-2 now. Here's the 1-2 to Cooper. Big swing and a miss there. Got him with the slider. And there's one away here. First strikeout of the game for Castellani. Nice pitching sequence there. Keep it down low. Try and get the big guy to swing through it. Or at least chase it. And he's successful there. So that'll bring up Brian Anderson, the third baseman. He's hitting .357 on the year. First pitch is in there for called strike. Went with the changeup. Interesting to see a lot of these Marlins doing well here in this simulation, contending at the top of the National League East. The 0-1 lifts it to left field. Hilliard's there. He'll make the catch. And there's two away now. So the Marlins being a little bit more aggressive against Castellani. Fortunately, they're not getting all of it. Now bringing up Harold Ramirez, the right fielder. 6 for 16 in his last 5 games. He's hitting .300 on the year with 4 homers, 23 RBIs. Here's the first pitch to Ramirez. Swinging at the fastball, and he fouls that one away. Here's the 0-1 to Ramirez. Catches the corner there with the slider. Thought it was outside a bit, but he'll work with it. There's 0-2 now on Ramirez. And lined over to third. Arenado makes the catch. And that'll retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Marlins here in the second. We at the top of the third. No score here. 8-9-1 due up for the Rockies. Tony Walters will lead things off here. 280 average on the year. In his last 10 games, he's only hit 176. Still probably the Rockies' best option behind the plate. And he's still working on the offense. 280 isn't bad. His first pitch misses low. And it's 1-0. Some of the acquisitions that the Marlins made during this offseason, they got Jesus Aguilar in a trade with the Brewers. They signed Brad Boxberger to kind of bolster their bullpen. They lost Martin Prado, who retired. The 1-1 to Walters in there for a called strike. It's a 1-2 with the curveball. They signed Brandon Kinsler to a 1-year deal. 1-2 bounces in the dirt. Now leading the count at 2. They signed Matt Joyce to a 1-year contract. This 2-2 misses outside. 3-2. I don't know the count full to Tony Walters. We've seen him do this quite a bit. Then they signed Corey Dickerson to a 2-year contract. 3-2. Misses outside, ball 4, so lead off walk to Tony Walters here. And that'll bring Ryan Castellani, who soon will be looking for the... trying to get down the bunt. I gotta correct myself here. They acquired Jesus Aguilar back in December, claimed him off waivers from Tampa Bay. Castellani shows bunt, bounces one to first, and it just goes foul. 0-1. Seemed bunting kind of hard to get down here for them. The 0-1 pulls back the bunt. It's now 1-1. Jonathan Villar was traded for back in December. Got him from Baltimore for left-handed pitcher Easton Lucas. Slow roller, good bunt there by Castellani. They go to second. Over to first, not in time, but they do get the out at second. Last minute decision there by Garrett Cooper. who backhands it and throws it to first, just in ahead of Walters, who might have been safe, but there's no way to check that in this game. So 1 out, runner on first. David Dahl up to the plate. For some reason, that's just the nature of these simulated games, is that sacrifice bunt doesn't work that well a lot of the time. These pitchers sometimes would be probably better off swinging the bat than trying to bunt. Here's the pitch, misses inside, 2-0. Francisco Cervelli was another free agent that the Marlins signed back in January. The 2-0 to Dahl, misses inside, 3-0. Sam Hilliard waits on deck. So they've done a lot to add some veterans to this team and kind of speed things up for the development. This is grounded foul, 3-1. Because at one point the Marlins were one of the better teams in the National League. Fastest team to ever win a World Series in their inception. Or I might be getting some things messed up. Walk to Dahl. I'm bringing up Sam Hilliard, who flew out in the first. First pitch swinging. And it's 0-1. The 0-1 to Hilliard, misses low. That'll even count at 1. Here's the 1-1. This is lined into center, but Joyce is there to make the catch. And now there's 2 away here. I'm bringing up Nolan Arenado. So the Marlins became the fastest expansion team to win their second World Series. They won in 1997 and then won in 2003. Marlins, of course, the Rockies' sister team. It's 0-2 now on Arenado. Now bounce in the dirt. Gets a little bit away, but Alfaro gathers it. The 1-2. Gets a piece of it as he chased that one, but hits it foul. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Back up the middle. That's a base hit. Castellani gets the green light. He's around third. The throw home is cut off. And the Rockies take a 1-0 lead. Nolan Arenado with an RBI single. As we look at the RBI leaders there, Arenado is not on that list entering play today. But he's still among the top guys. I'll bring up Charlie Blackmon. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. And he takes ball 1. Ground out in the second for Blackmon. So at the time, in 1997, the Marlins were the fastest expansion team to win a World Series. But then the Diamondbacks then took it when they won in 2001. Here's the 2-0. And this is down and in. 3-0 to Blackmon. Here's the 3-0 delivery to Blackman. Taken all the way, but it's called a strike. The Marlins have spent many years kind of at the bottom of the league now. That's a called strike. Catches the inside corner, runs the count full. And that misses, ball 4, so Charlie Blackman draws the 2-out walk. That'll load the bases for Trevor Story. Story, a base hit his last time up. And now Jose Urena really in danger here. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the third. Rockies have already scored a run in the inning. They lead 1-0. And now they have a big chance to pull this thing open a little bit. One swing of the bat here from Story could make it 5-0. He definitely has the power capabilities. So, Urena comes set. Here's the first pitch to Story. Swinging, fouls off the two-seam fastball. It's 0-1. That two-seamer can be very... what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of, deceptive. 1-0. This is grounded over to Anderson, who throws over to VR at second, and he gets out of the inning. So Urena loads the bases, but he gets out of it. But the Rockies score a run. They lead 1-0. So we head to the bottom of the third. So Matt Joyce will lead things off here for the Marlins. Here's the first pitch to Joyce. Misses the zone, and it's 1-0. Matt Joyce in his last game with 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles, 3 RBIs. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Well, Matt Joyce has been around the league a bit. He's been with the Tigers, the Rays, the Angels, the Pirates, the Athletics, and then last season was with the Braves. Tapper in front of the mound. Wolters can't pick it up. The throw down just gets him. Nice recovery there by Tony Wolters to get the out at first. Got him maybe by half a step, but Black likes that. The cold, dead eyes of simulated Bud Black. Honoring him, the catcher Jorge Alfaro. Struggling on the year, 207 average, 3 homers, 14 RBIs. Acquired as part of the trade that sent JT Realmuto to Philadelphia last season. Oh, he's good. One of the better hitting catchers. But it didn't take much for Alfaro to end up with the Marlins in place of JT Realmuto. Here's the 2-1 to Alfaro. Taps that one foul. 2-2. Another 2-2 pitch. Down and away, runs the count full. Well, Rockies' hitting has improved as of late. And that series against the Giants, we'll see how they fare against a team that's been hitting better offensively, better record of a team, as that pitch misses high, so Alfaro will trot down to first, and there's one away for Jose Urena, the pitcher. And they look to drop the sacrifice bunt, and who knows, maybe the Rockies can turn a double play on this. That'll be probably the main goal. Comes the first pitch to Urena, pulls back the bunt attempt. And it's 1-0. It's 5th year with the Marlins. Kind of taken over as one of their aces, probably their best pitcher that they have. In the wake of Jose Fernandez, who passed away tragically several years ago. Here's the 1-1. That one's fouled away. Here's the 1-1 delivery, or the 1-2 delivery to Urania, who gets the bunt down. Murphy will go to second, not in time. Alfaro's in there safely, and Urania gets aboard. Wasn't bunted quite hard enough for Murphy. Alfaro runs well for a catcher, and so he slides in safely, and that puts 2 men aboard with 1 out. And the hitting Jonathan Villar will bat now, a single in the first. Villar has a chance here to tie this thing up for the Marlins. First pitch to Villar misses outside. It's 1-0. 12 doubles on the year for Villar. The 1-0 misses inside, 2-0. Well, according to the 2020 simulated stats through May 15th, Villar's hitting .260 on the year. Here's the 2-0. Misses high, 3-0. Villar last year with the Orioles played all 162 games. Had a .274 batting average, 24 homers, 73 RBIs, both career highs. Those are almost a career high in average. That misses ball 4, so that'll load the bases here with 1 away here as Villar walks on 4 pitches. I'm bringing up the shortstop Miguel Rojas. Flew out in the first, but just like Jose Urania was last inning, at the top of the inning, bases are loaded. Ryan Castellani only has 1 out, looking to get out of this jam. First pitch to Rojas. Lined into center field. Right center field. That's going to get down. 1 run scores. Urania will hold it third. And we're tied at 1. RBI single for Miguel Rojas. Just hits a ball right out of the reach of Ryan McMahon at second. That'll bring up Corey Dickerson. 1 out, bases loaded. First pitch swinging, broken bat. Arenado's got it, throws to second, on to first. Not in time. So they get the out at second. In the meantime, Urania scores, and it's 2-1 Marlins. On the broken bat, fielder's choice. Saws him off. Just not hit hard enough as Dickerson still runs a little bit better. And that slow developing play enables him to get on base, and that scores Urania from third. Now the Rockies looking to... They're now down 2-1 as Garrett Cooper bats now with 2 outs. Men on the corners. Cooper's still a big threat. So Castellani comes set. Here's the first pitch to Cooper. Popped him up, second base. McMahon's there, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. But the Marlins strike back for 2 runs. They take a 2-1 lead. So we head to the top of the 4th. Murphy, McMahon, and Walters due up for the Rockies here in Marlins Park. Well, we're here in the 4th inning already. 2-1 the score. Marlins lead it. As a couple of these sister teams play against each other as we skip over Heidi Watney here. And Daniel Murphy will lead things off for the Rockies. Ground out victim in the first.
Number 9, Daniel Murphy.
Urania kicks and deals. The first pitch to Murphy is taken on the outside corner for strike. In his career against Urania, Murphy is 0 for 16 with a strikeout, so looking to change that and finally get his first hit against him. Of course, all that time with the Mets and the the Nationals. Here's the 1-1 to Murphy. Line back up the middle for a base hit. So Murphy gets his first career hit against Urania, 1 for 17 now. And the Rockies have the leadoff man aboard here in the fourth. Just a hard hit ball on the fastball, shoots it back up the middle. And as I've said before, every time Murphy's been hitting it as of late, you just hear him squaring it up. So I'm bringing up Ryan McMahon, who lined out in the second. And he takes ball one. Misses with the curveball. Well, we've seen Urania kind of labor a little bit. He's at almost 60 pitches. There's the 1-0. Misses inside, 2-0. A lot of it's come from not being able to locate his off-speed stuff or get at least swing and misses. And there's the 2-0 to McMahon. Swinging at the fastball, fouls it away. Most of the outs and the strike and the outs that he's gotten have come via the fastball. Here's the 2-1 to McMahon. This one's lined into right field. Diving attempt, but he can't come up with it. So Ramirez will just pick up, throw it in. Murphy had to freeze, but he gets into second easily. And that'll go as a base hit for Ryan McMahon. So there's 2 men aboard with nobody out for Tony Walters, who walked his last time up. First pitch to Walters misses outside. It's 1-0. Kind of a sinking line drive there for Harold Ramirez out in right field. Had to make the diving attempt. Comes up just short as it bounces off his glove, but he keeps it in front of him. There's a called strike. That's a tough play as an outfielder. How do you gauge that? Do you let it drop or do you make the attempt to catch it? Because the risk of if he dives and misses, it goes past him. In most likelihood, Murphy scores or at least gets to third. Pitch misses low, 2-1. And McMahon's sitting on second. Instead, it just keeps the man on first and second with nobody out, so you have the double play still intact. Here's the 2-1 to Walters. Again, misses outside with the breaking ball. The slider misses it, and it's 3-1. Ryan Castellani waits on deck. The 3-1 to Walters. This is high, ball 4. Second walk issued to Tony Walters, and that'll load the bases as Don Mattingly looks on, contemplates needing to shave those sideburns. Urania kind of chirping at the home plate umpire, saying where that miss. Called a little bit high, might have caught the zone. As Josh Roeder warms up in the Marlins bullpen as Ryan Castellani will step into the box. Bases loaded, nobody out. Rockies trail 2-1. Swinging is Castellani, lifts it to shallow left. That's not going to be deep enough to score the run. Makes the catch, and a missed opportunity there.
Up next for Colorado.
So that'll put one out. Everybody stays put. Urania and Castellani separated by 2 miles per hour on their pitch speed on the fastball. So we'll get David Dahl here to hit with the bases loaded. Walk in the third. Tying run waits at third. Castellani got a good piece of it, but just wasn't able to hit it deep enough. Left fielder's able to throw it in easily. Dickerson, who has a little bit above average, about average fielding abilities. David Dahl is now 1-0. This one's hit well foul, got a good piece of it. 70th pitch coming up for Urania, so Rockies have at least may get into the Marlins bullpen a little earlier than expected. 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. But in that series against the Giants, we saw the Rockies do this a little bit better, of being patient at the plate, cutting down on strikeouts, making contact, drawing walks, driving up the pitch count. Kind of hints of the likes of Todd Helton, who is a notoriously good. This is lined into right. Ramirez makes the catch. Runners tag from second and third. Murphy scores, and the Rockies tied up at 2. RBI sac fly for David Dahl. And there's 2 away here for Sam Hilliard, who will bat now. pulls it into right. And Harold Ramirez chase it down. His back turned to the infield. Easily allows Murphy to score, and McMahon also tags up, moves to third. So men on the corners, 2 outs. Sammy Hilliard swinging at the fastball, fouls it away. Hilliard hitting .214 with runners in scoring position. Here's the 0-1. Misses outside, 1-1. That two-seamer has that nice cutting action to it. That's what's gotten the Rockies to kind of pop it out. But they've been able to lay off the off-speed pitches for the most part. As he misses with the changeup there, it's 2-1. Here's the 2-1 to Hilliard. Swing and a miss out on his front foot. Pulled the string on him there. Fooled him with that two-seamer. The 2-2 delivery. Just misses high. That'll run the count full. Bases low. Runners on the corners. Full count. That's what I meant to say. Here's the 3-2. Check swing. Ball 4. 2-out walk here to Sam Hilliard. That'll load the bases for Nolan Arenado. RBI single his last time up. Urania kind of hanging his head in frustration. There's been 2 close pitches in this inning so far. That would have completely changed some of those at-bats. Some of those borderline pitches. But it doesn't go his way, so bases loaded, 2 outs for Nolan Arenado. We're tied at 2 here in the 4th. Slider taken all the way. It's 0-1. Arenado hitting .400 with runners in scoring position. Here's the 0-1 to Arenado. That runs outside again with the slider. 1-1. See if he goes back to that slider. That's down the line. Big throw by Anderson. Gets the out. So he escapes another bases loaded jam. We head to the bottom of the 4th. We're tied at 2. Anderson, Ramirez, and Joyce due up for the Marlins. We got Brian Anderson lead things off. Excellent play there to end the inning. Top half of the inning. As watch the first pitch from Castellani low for ball 1. 50 hits on the year for Anderson, second on the team. As here comes the 1-0. Called strike on the inside corner on the slider. Well, even the count at 1. Interesting to see with these Marlins, this young team. I definitely see it in real life, the potential of some of these players getting the opportunity. Still rough when you're going up against that National League East division. This one's hit out to center. Dahl makes the catch, and there's one away.
Now batting, the right fielder, Harold Ramirez.
Slumbering of Harold Ramirez, the right fielder. Line out in the second. But the Marlins at this point are kind of like the Rockies in the way their division works. When it usually turns out to be the 1 or 2 same teams leading the division, and then you're kind of floundering at the bottom. They did contend a little bit better last year. But still, you're always looking up at these teams that have a little bit bigger budgets. This one's lifted high and deep to left field. Hilliard ranges back. He'll play it off the wall as Ramirez will glide into second with a 1-out double. His 9th of the year. And now there's a man on second with 1 away. Now bring up the center fielder Matt Joyce, 35-year-old. Just misses the home run, hits right there on the padding. So Matt Joyce, who's 0 for 1. That's with the man waiting at second. First pitch from Castellani. In there for a called strike. But between the likes of the Braves and the Nationals and the Mets even, it's kind of a 3-team division. This one's hit well foul. Oh, and the Phillies as well. Here's the 0-2 to Joyce. Fouled away. So you're kind of left as the Marlins to sit at the bottom of the division, who don't really have the payroll flexibility, or have chosen not to have the payroll flexibility that some of those other teams do. The 0-2 to Joyce. That one's fouled away. So then they came in trying to rebuild because even in Miami they struggle with attendance in real life. No, they have all that money on that new stadium. Here's the 0-2. Skied out to center. Dahl's there. He'll make the catch. Ramirez will stay put at second. Throw goes to third anyway. And there's 2 away here in the 4th. Good job there by Castellani to get Joyce to fly out. He's been cruising here. He's at 54 pitches. Wondering if the catcher Jorge Alfaro walked in the 3rd. Came around to score. It's up and in with the breaking ball. The slider, and it's 1-0. So the Marlins just trying to kind of rebuild. Bring in some of those veterans. Kind of an interesting ploy that they chose to do. Go and get a bunch of veterans to kind of supplement some of your struggling